1st June, 1973. The weather is, as before, rotten. Still cold, windy, snowing. Nothing like the British summer. But then, this has been like no other summer I've ever experienced. Today, finally, I have finished my trek across Europe, for which I am immensely grateful. I've covered more than enough miles in the last few weeks, taken enough trains to know the railways better than the back of my hand. All to find the Fireman. Just think that I've spent all this time tracking down one man to some nowhere resort hidden in Austria, all because the police have all but given up. If they can't find any more leads, then that hardly means they should let this highly sought-after jewel thief get away. Especially when I followed him here, when I'm sure I've got him within my grasp. But I must have realized I was on his trail, because I've lost all trace of him here. As much as that would put anyone else off, not this trained PI. I've found 3 witnesses, 3 people I know who have seen my rather elusive suspect recently. They're here with me at this hotel that I've commandeered. Borrowed. It's the off-season, nobody will mind. Their responses to my questions will be documented here. The Fireman is within reach. I will be the one to find him.
You've finally come back for me, have you? Fancy telling me who you are, and why you've got me tied to this chair?
Take a wild guess.
The obvious answer is that you're some lunatic with some messed up plan for me. But I hate to think it would be that simple. Dressed like you are, a desperate man, not paid very much, and you haven't been home in a long time. How's about you shave, then we can continue this conversation?
Desperate indeed.
I'm tied to some old wooden chair that reeks of... well, I don't know, but it's hardly pleasant. But it's hardly the action of a sane man. So, what's got you all riled up? Or are you just some delusional nutter bent on doing whatever you see fit?
I'm looking for the Fireman.
Have you checked the station?
Very funny.
Seriously, though?
He's a jewel thief, high-end.
And what makes you think I know what you're talking about?
You generally expect me to believe that you know nothing. After all the coverage in the newspapers, pretty much everybody on the planet has heard of the Fireman.
But you think I know more than what the press is printing. Why?
I can see it in your eyes.
And that's why you kidnapped me? My eyes?
All you have to do is tell me the truth and I'll let you go.
The truth is, I know nothing.
Why are you lying to me, Dellah?
You know my name?
I know quite a lot, actually. For example, you're a lot smarter than you're letting on. Got all sorts of information in that brain of yours. Wonder how we're going to get it out of you.
Quite a thinly veiled threat.
Doesn't need to be this way. All I'm asking for is a fair exchange of information. You tell me who the Fireman is and where he's hiding, and I'll let you go.
You want fair? Tell me your name.
I'm Hastings.
Where am I?
Does it matter?
You're trying to be nice to me. Polite. And yet you've got me held against my will. Little bit hypocritical, don't you think? But it doesn't matter. I can't answer any of your questions. I don't know anything about your Fireman friend.
You're denying any knowledge of Wilson, then?
What? What do you want with him?
No clue who he is, where he is?
I couldn't say.
Oh, come now, Dellah. You had it on the tip of your tongue, then. We're very close to the truth, so why don't you just tell me?
You aren't going to like this.
Tell me.
He's dead, I'm afraid.
What? No. You're lying again, trying to protect your friend.
I'm sorry.
Well, he can't be. He can't have got away, no.
How can I prove it to you?
You can't prove your lies to me, woman.
Please, there's no need to get angry or physical. Just listen to me, please. Hastings, listen.
Why are you shaking? You've got nothing to be afraid of here.
Are you so sure?
I'm not going to hurt you.
Says the crazed kidnapper.
I promise.
Never make promises you can't keep.
Wilson cannot be dead.
You want me to tell you what happened? What I've seen over the last few days? How I know that Wilson is dead? Why I'm as afraid as I am? You really want to know?
Tell me. Tell me now.
Then I guess I don't have a choice. It all started when we arrived in Austria. It was only a couple of days ago. The 3 of us came to Fieberbrunn to see our friend again. We came to see Wilson. It had been quite a while, A few months, perhaps. We didn't know much, but we came to meet our friend.
Well, he didn't leave an address?
Not with me.
Nor me.
That's unusual. Not typical.
That's what we thought. Something serious must be going on.
That Wilson wouldn't tell us about. Still rather odd.
So what do we do?
We find him.
As if it'll be that simple.
Yeah, well, I don't know where to start. Kinda figured you'd know, Dellah. You're the smart one.
No pressure, then. That way. It's as good as any other.
Well, this is cold.
Well, I did tell you to put extra layers on.
I didn't think you meant this. Not snow and ice. You promised something warmer, especially after last time.
Georgie, dude, this is certainly better. I mean, it's not another ice planet.
Yes, I know. But still.
Oh, no, I get it. I mean, those majestic frozen mountains in the background, they're just not what you hope for at all. No, I get it. I get it completely.
But we're staying and looking around, aren't we? No chance of us getting back in the ship and trying again?
Yeah, but, I mean, you don't want to do that, do you? Who was right?
So where and when are we? Somewhere interesting, I hope.
Who was right? Come on, say it, just come out and say it. Who was right? Come on, let me hear it.
He had sent us a letter, you see. Didn't say much. Didn't tell us anything of much use. I traced it back to here. To Feverbrunn. Postage. All relatively simple if you have the know-how.
You used the stamps to figure out where he'd been. Well, that's reasonably niche knowledge.
You were right. I know all sorts.
Almost a suspicious amount.
Oh, stop it. What is it? I'm a woman. I shouldn't know these things. Perhaps I collect stamps. Do you have something against philately?
I think your criminal friend has been rubbing off on you.
We spent the first day looking for Wilson. We didn't know where to start, so we checked everywhere. And I mean everywhere.
I don't suppose you've seen our friend. He went missing around here. About my height, brown hair like mine, darker eyes.
No, sorry.
How much are these biscuits, please?
Well, my friend should be here shortly, so, I'll need another few minutes with the menu. Thanks.
I'm looking for a friend of mine. Male, late 20s, quite a large beard. Goes by Wilson?
None in here, no.
I'm hoping you've had better luck than I have.
Mostly nothing.
Same here. A couple of vague maybes, the odd perhaps.
I had one potential sighting, but the more I asked, the less likely it seemed.
Though pretty much everyone was a, no, you can leave now.
Raphael, what's with the daydreaming?
Look out there. Can you see?
See what? There's too much snow to see anything all that clearly. What are you looking at?
Wilson. That's Wilson out there.
No, it can't be.
It's like what one of the locals told me. A man shrouded in snow. They all reckon it's a ghost, but it's Wilson.
What's he doing out there, though?
He'll freeze to death.
Wilson! Hey!
Do you see Wilson?
Not clearly. I mean, there's something out there, but I don't know what Raphael is running towards.
But I doubt it's Wilson.
Raphael! Come back!
We'll lose him if we aren't careful. Don't want to go.
Snowblind?
Not the right conditions for that. More like frost mad.
You made that one up.
Our friend just ran off into a snowstorm after a ghost. I think frost mad is a thing now.
He ran away.
Ran away? Are you sure?
It was definitely Wilson.
I'm sure. I mean, I think I'm sure. I think...
We aren't sure what Raphael saw that day.
But you didn't see it.
You know about mirages? Wanting to see things so badly that you managed to do it? That's what I think it was.
And you can stop trying to get out of those restraints. I know how to tie a secure knot.
Oh, you noticed, did you?
I'm not stupid. I can see you struggling.
And I thought I had kept it well hidden. Come on, Hastings, this is silly. Let me go.
When you've told me what I want to know.
This rope is rough on my wrists. Makes it hard to focus.
I'm sure you'll manage.
There were multiple sightings like that. Mostly Raphael. We were obviously rather dismissive until Leonie saw it too. Saw Wilson. So he's been just as elusive for us as he has for you.
Is that your admission of his guilt?
Innocent men still run from crazed detectives who won't take no for an answer.
You really do like pushing my buttons.
I don't think you've got it in you to hurt me anyway. Too tame. Too weak. If you wanted to hurt me, you'd have done it already. How did you get me here? Some sort of drug that knocked me out?
Get on with it.
Thought so. See? You could have been more violent, but you chose not to. The snow got worse. We had thought it was bad in the first place, but then we didn't have any choice. We were forced into a bar. I can't remember the name. The snow was too bad to stick around outside.
Hey! You three! You and you! Get in here!
Doctor?
3 idiots wandering around in a snowstorm like they're in a casual amble in the countryside. Hey! Get in here! You'll catch your death if you stare that much longer! Come on! In! There. That's better. Much warmer in here.
Are you okay? Got lost in the snow? I'll get you something warm to drink.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
But I saw him. I was sure that time.
Leave it, Raph. Wilson isn't out there.
You've got a friend out there?
We aren't sure. It's possible. Unlikely, though. We searched everywhere.
Have we bumped into each other already? I mean, I feel like we might have bumped into each other.
Are you making friends, Doctor?
Oh, you're a doctor?
He's the Doctor. Also, he likes to constantly remind you. Not like the rest.
Think I've met men like him before.
Excuse me, still in the room, you know. What exactly does that mean,
One of the good guys.
Okay.
Here, hot chocolates all round. I figured we could do with something hot and sweet.
Thanks. My hands are freezing.
The cold gets in your bones. Gloves don't make much difference.
Tell me about it. I asked to go somewhere warm, and this is what I got.
Una memento potpourri. You said warm-er, Georgie. Warm-er. This is warmer.
A technicality, and you know it. I wanted sun and sand, not slopes and snow and wind and...
So you travel together?
Yes, that's right. We've been together for a while now. Both changed quite a bit.
So, what brought you here?
A holiday. These things always seem to start with him saying, "Let's go on holiday. I know somewhere you'll love." And then it never goes to plan. Usually devolves into, "Did that teddy bear just move? Oh, that was a day and a half. Ruined my childhood."
Teddy bear?
And it tends to end with, "Let's go on holiday. I know somewhere you'll love." So thanks for that, Doctor.
For being the butt of your little joke on the countless attempted holidays,
I was thinking more the invasion of the cuddly monsters.
You aren't being serious, are you?
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
Leonie and Georgie were getting on well. It was good to see someone smiling. But Raphael wasn't in a talkative mood.
Still paranoid about seeing Wilson?
And he didn't like this budding friendship. Quite a jealous man, Raphael.
How so?
Isn't it obvious? What motivates most people?
Money.
Or love.
So he...
Was attracted to Leonie at the very least. But she didn't share his feelings. It was a source of some tension.
But her talking to Georgie was still a problem.
As I said, jealous. Didn't particularly like Leonie's attention being on, shall we say, strangers.
I was going to set the bar up early today, what with this weather, but I'm glad I didn't, or you lot would have been trapped outside. Another round of drinks for you all? Some more hot chocolate?
Maybe something stronger for me. Got any whiskey? Hey, there's no need to look at me like that, Raph. Either way, I'll feel warm inside.
Any sign of the weather letting up, Leonie?
Nah, doesn't look like it. Still coming down strong.
It's fine. I'm more than happy waiting here. Such stimulating conversation.
Dellah, flattery won't work with me.
But it's the truth. You are infinitely wise. I'm slightly envious.
There really isn't any end to what the Doctor knows.
Too much, perhaps?
On some days, yes.
Hey, come look out here.
What is it?
Isn't that... Georgie, can you see a figure? Over there, by that building there.
I don't know. Doctor?
Look, there is!
Leonie, no, you can't go out there.
It would be stupid to go out there now. You'll get lost and we'll have to track you down as well. It'd be a wild goose chase across a snowy mountain. Just stay here. We can look for Wilson when we stand a chance of finding him.
You're right. I know you are, but...
What is that?
Looks like a giant owl.
Watch out!
Get down, Leonie.
Under the tables, drop!
What is that thing?
Look, stay behind the bar, you'll be safer there.
That isn't an ordinary owl.
Not by any stretch of the imagination.
So what is it? And why is it circling us?
I'm afraid it might be one of the... Whoa!
Doctor, are you okay?
Well, it can't get through the table.
But those claws are giving it a really good go.
It's coming for us now!
How do we stop it?
We fight back.
Raph!
Where did you get that?
Always keep a gun behind the bar for emergencies. No!
No!
Hey, owl thing! Over here!
Georgie, what are you doing?
He's right, we can't just hide. So I'm using a chair to fend this thing off. Come on, help me.
Got it! Direct hit. Well done.
Where did it go, Georgie? Did you see?
That way! Through that door!
Oh.
Raph, how are you feeling?
Yeah, let me take a look.
So you are a doctor of medicine, then?
Sometimes. Yeah. Just check this here. Yeah. He seems fine. Nothing too serious.
But it'd be best to get him to a hospital. He did take quite a bang to the head.
I can hear you.
I really, and I mean I genuinely do not think that would be the best of ideas.
You shouldn't risk it. If the doctor says you shouldn't go, then...
I know where the hospital is. I passed it this morning. I'll take him.
Are you even listening to
It's
us?
fine. I don't need to.
He could be concussed. This could be serious.
If you're that worried, if it could be that serious, I'll go my own.
No, you should take it easy.
That table isn't going to hold you up all the way there. Here, lean on me. The snow's easing a little. We should be able to make it now.
Doctor, the bartender, he didn't make it. That thing killed him. Those claws. The scratches are deep.
That settles it. I'm taking Raph to the hospital. If that thing has killed, then who knows how much damage it could have done.
Well, I suppose there's no arguing with you, Leonie. But being protective of your friends, that I can understand.
I'll go with you.
Thanks, Georgie.
Georgie, before you go, a word in your shell light, please. Thank you.
Are you going to be all right without me?
Yeah, sure. Why?
Well, why didn't you go with your friends?
I wanted to get another look at that thing that had attacked us. I was fascinated.
This owl thing?
Yeah, and I guess I was drawn to the doctor and his interest. He knew more about what was going on than he was willing to admit. I couldn't leave him to investigate on his own.
But it was just an owl. It must have been.
Oh no. It was a lot more than that.
This might not be safe. It isn't too late for you to turn back.
No chance. This is the opportunity of a lifetime.
You think so?
Well, yeah. It isn't every day you encounter an alien.
An alien? What makes you so certain it's an alien?
No need to treat me like a child, Doctor. It's rather obvious. I know that wasn't an owl. Not an earth owl, at any rate.
It was one of the Ushanra.
You recognize them? What are you, then? Some alien hunter?
Me? Oh, no. No, I'm just a traveller.
The mysterious stranger. I get it. So, does Austria get a lot of these Ushanra? Is it a popular tourist spot for aliens?
Not that I know of, but I can see why they were drawn here. They've got quite an affinity for the cold.
You mean?
Well, the kinetics of cold, of course. Oh, wait. You see, the Ushanra operate on different forms of energy. A system that contrasts your own. Take a look at thermal energy, right? You tend to think of heat as a positive concept. You get energy from something being hot. The Ushanra exist on negative heat.
The cold. They thrive on the cold. So, the snowstorm.
There's the baseline input from the low temperature, which is then boosted by the catalytic effect of the kinetics. Instead of looking at the movement as a separate cause of energy, think of it as a multiplier. Plays havoc with free entropy.
That's not proper science. I understand the basics of thermodynamics. I'm no idiot. You can't throw the Gibbs function at me in all your technical terms and hope to get away with it. Oh, you're surprised I know that? Dad's a scientist. We've got journals all over the house. I did a lot of reading. So if you don't know the truth of it, then I'd appreciate you telling me. I just got attacked by a killer owl from space, and my friend is heading to hospital, so I think you owe me the truth.
Do you think all alien species try to adhere to your perceptions of existence? I mean, seriously, I have a ship that can travel through time and space. I'd like to see your views try to rationalize that.
So these Ushanra, they generate power from low temperatures. That's augmented by speed and movement, so...
So heavy snow is bad. Blizzard is even worse. Think of it like wind turbines. Does that help?
You're saying a creature works like that?
You know, one day I really should tell you about the phalange and the cogs in the feet that make them levitate. Assuming, of course, that we survive whatever's going on here.
So there's one thing I don't get. When it was injured, why did it come down here? Why not leave through a window or something?
Because we were in the way. What would you have done in its place? Face that threat that seriously injured you before, or flee in the hope of finding another exit?
Fight or flight, quite literally. I guess I'd run too, but then I'm not whatever that thing is.
A Biforce multi-state race on the rampage.
Great. Add that to the fact that our friend is missing.
Yeah, one thing at a time, perhaps.
Trying to keep me at a distance, eh? Not worried about the personal issues.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What would you prefer? Would you prefer that I put some posters up, plastered their faces on milk cartons instead of going after the vicious, aggressive alien? Because we can do that if you prefer.
You're an alien too?
Yes, and what of it?
Is Georgie?
No, she's from the future, though I first met her in the past.
Right.
Over there. I think that's the...
The Ushanra? Looks like it was injured quite badly. Your friend has quite the swing with a wooden chair.
She's... feisty.
I can barely see it.
It's weak. Frail.
Transparent almost. It's fading away.
Losing energy. This isn't good.
You're trying to help it?
Can't leave it in pain, regardless of what it did.
Going to be the humanitarian? Or should that be the Ushanratarian? Going to put it out of its misery?
I don't work like that. Unfortunately, I don't know what to do. Our natural body heat's draining it.
So as the cold powers it, the heat weakens it? That'll make defeating them easy.
Certainly, if you can think of a simple way of artificially generating heat, then sure.
But how come that didn't help us before when there were more of us?
We were too far away from it to make any difference. Two of us huddled over it in its weakened state was much more potent. We could possibly defeat them by hugging them one by one. But we both know how ridiculous that is.
With their claws, I don't fancy trying that.
Quite. Not really the most practical of plans, and no need to poke holes into an already sinking ship.
Flamethrower?
Do you have one handy? Next you'll probably be suggesting torches and pitchforks. Try not to be so singular of thought. Destroying them might not necessarily be the answer. We aren't there yet. We don't know the full extent of their situation.
Doctor, is it reaching out?
Mentally as well as physically. It wants...
You were being serious about aliens? No, you can't be.
The Ushanra dissipated. It wasn't strong enough to stick around.
You're mocking me.
Do you want me to swear that I'm telling the truth?
And why should I believe you?
I don't know. Maybe because it's what actually happened?
I mean, a feral owl attacking you, yeah, I could buy that, but an alien? Well, that's ridiculous.
All right. Take a look at my arm. I'd show you, but I'm a little tied up right now.
What about it?
There's a scratch on it. From a Ushanra.
Anything could have done that. Even a person. That proves nothing. What have you taken recently? Prescription medication? Anything else?
You think I'm on drugs? Of course, what else could explain something that's out of your realm of experience? Ignore me if you want, but I'm not making anything up to placate you. This is the truth.
Fine.
The doctor was weak. Something to do with what the Ushanra did to him. I don't really understand it. You don't seem all right.
Oh, that's right. There was... Oh, blimey. Oh, don't worry about me. I just need a few seconds to recover, that's all. Oh, I'm fairly sure it didn't mean it, but there was less of a connection, more of a psychic attack. It felt like it was... Oh, it felt like it was scratching my mind. Ah! Oh, that is a migraine. Ah!
I feel stupid asking questions like this. But what do you mean?
That Ushanra, it wanted me to understand. It wanted me to know why it attacked us. It didn't have the energy to attack fully, so it did all it could, like some last-ditched attempt to make a difference.
So why did it?
It showed me a building collapsing and I felt pain. It was excruciating pain. Presumably something bad happened there. Maybe one of them died. It wanted me to experience it, to feel that agony. I don't think it was counted on my mental defences. No offence, Dellah, but that would have killed you.
I need a drink.
No, none of that. We don't have the time. We don't have the time for anything frivolous or pointless as alcohol. It achieves nothing.
Might steady my nerves. Whiskey, I think.
Scratch that. Come on. I need your help.
Guess I'll have to help myself to that drink. Much better. That wind is still chilly.
I prefer to say bracing.
That coat of yours doesn't look that thick. So, where are we going? To the hospital?
Regrouping seemed like a sensible idea.
Doctor, what's that? Are they ghosts?
Ghosts? Nonsense. There's no such thing.
They sure look like it. Alright, they don't have the jingling chains, but they are, all faint and creepy.
Mere phantasmagoria. Hallucinations brought on by the snow.
Except that one just touched my shoulder.
Ow! That one just pinched me.
This isn't real. It can't be.
Dellah?
They're ghosts.
Dellah, no, don't run away! Go, for the love of... Actually, Doctor, retreating might not be such a bad idea. These things are starting to get rather vicious. Thank you. Please, stay back, please. Thank you. Personal space. There's no need for this. I only want to help. No. Fine. If you're going to be like that, then I will have to defend myself. Artificially induced heat. Don't like that, do you?
Doctor, get back in here.
Ha! Take that! Harry, thrust. Good! Ha-ha! Oh! Ha-ha! Oh, good shot, sir! Right, door!
We should be safe in here. Relatively so, anyway. So long as nobody opens that door and we get that window boarded up. Okay, maybe not safe in the slightest.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What did you do to them? What is that thing?
Well, it's just my sonic screwdriver. Useful little gadget to keep in my pocket. It generated a small bubble of heat that nearly burnt out the battery, creating enough warmth just to hold them off. Not exactly practical in the long run, but I need something more powerful. Should offer us a modicum of protection for the time being. Maybe a few minutes, though, that might be pushing it a little. Dellah, you're shaking.
I know it makes no sense, but we were just attacked by a swarm of ghosts. The aliens are fine, but ghosts?
Those were the Ushanra.
What? But those owl things.
Biform multi-state. They are typically found in that ethereal, phantasmal form. They only become tangible owl creatures when they have enough energy.
But that means...
Yep, and if you thought the one manifested Ushanra was a serious threat, then those spectral creatures outside have made things worse. Oh, I should have realised that we weren't up against just one of them. There's an entire swarm and we sent our friends out there. Does anyone know what happened to them?
But you didn't know they were out there.
Yes, but I should have. How could I have been so stupid?
Why are they attacking us?
Revenge. It so often boils down to revenge. Maybe for killing the one in the cellar, or whatever happened in that collapsing building. That's why there's a swarm of them out there.
I don't want to know how many are in a swarm, do I?
Hundreds, if not thousands.
Thought not.
And they are all on the prowl.
We don't stand a chance.